Morning. Welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. Such an amazing morning out there. There was fog, and then behind the fog is the full moon. And so it was like this really, it was like a black and white movie walking around. It was really beautiful. I did have to put my head torch on to do some gardening, but for the walk and all that, it was amazing. It was really beautiful. And then yesterday, got to 25 degrees yesterday. For those of you on the continent of Europe, I know that it's been really hot this summer, but we really enjoyed yesterday. Tonight is the highest tide of the year, Thursday at 20 to 7. And so maybe find a place to jump into the sea tonight around 7. So come rest in onto your back. I have Bear, as always. She was off adventuring this morning. And nice. Come. Landing in, arriving onto your mat. Nice. And then drop both knees to the right. Always a good place to start, listening in, going, how is my spine, my belly, my hips? How are my shoulders? Back to center. And then drop both knees down towards the left. And then back to center. Nice. Draw your right knee up, squeeze it in. Nice. Change. Draw the left knee up, squeeze it in. Change. Draw the right knee up, lengthen the left leg long, pausing there. Really feel the length and the stretch into that left leg as you pull the right knee deeply down. Change, draw the left knee up, stretch the right leg long. Nice. And then travel. Right knee up, left leg long. Left knee up, right leg long. So how do you really lean into, the place I want to lean into is the pull of my knee and the lengthening of my leg. And I kind of pull them away from each other. There's a moment of elastic lengthening as I do this. How do you pull your knee up, lengthen, pull your knee up, lengthen. Nice. Bring both feet to the floor. Cool. Bring your right foot to rest on top of the left knee. I'll just pause there. Elbows are braced into the floor. And then just slowly begin to rock from side to side. Noticing what tells you that you're near the end of your range. And that's going to change as you rock. Places will move and connect and soften and learn. Learn. Yeah, I suppose they are learning. That right now in this moment, it's safe to move in that direction. Super. Change. Bring your right foot to the floor. Draw your left foot up onto your knee. Pause. And then rock from side to side. Nice. Both feet to the floor. So there's two variations of the next movement we will do. One is that you keep one foot on the floor and you bring the other ankle to the top. And then you change, bring your foot to the floor and bring your ankle across. So it's like we're doing the same movement we just did a moment ago, but we're just doing it faster. Foot up, foot down, foot up, foot down, okay? Or you're gonna lift both legs in the air and then bring your foot to your knee, squeeze your knee towards you, change legs, bring your foot to your knee, squeeze your knee towards you. So it's more or less the same movement, but it's in the air. So it's engaging with a different set of muscles. but it's the same shape. So depending on your strength, your ability, your knees, see what's right for you today. And draw. It's either foot up, foot down, or foot across, knee together, knee towards you. Foot across, knee towards you. And how do you lean? If you're doing the foot in the air, how do you begin to lean into the back of the buttock that you're pulling towards you? Nice. Both feet to the floor, as wide as your mat. Bring your arms wide and just rock your knees from side to side. And I'm allowing the back knee. If my two knees travel towards the right, then it's the left knee. Or if my two knees travel towards the left, it's the right knee. So the knee that's falling into the center, squeeze that bum and push your hip forward. So you're trying to lean into the front of your thigh, the front of your hip. And it should feel like something through your belly connects. Nice. And I'm going so far that I'm allowing like the pull happen all the way into my shoulder almost. And I can feel my shoulder being slid along the floor, sliding along the floor by the squeeze and the push of that hip. The squeeze and the push of that hip. So this is the opposite movement from the foot up on the knee. So this is opening the front of the hip, whereas that one was closing the front of the hip. Nice, just pause. Cool. So yesterday we did a new move. The new move was figure four buttock rolling. You have to find a more catchy name, okay? The four bum roll, no. The mini bum roll, no. The crooked bum roll, I don't know. We'll find a name. So lift, bring your right foot across and place it on top of your knee. If one of you has come up with a name, please share. So draw your left knee up towards you. So now my right leg is in figure four and my left foot is floating. So rock over towards the right a bit so that you're resting on your right buttock. And then rock over towards the left a bit so you're resting on the left buttock. And so you're going to roll a small circle the size of an orange at the back of the left buttock. And what I'm noticing, because I did it again last night in class, what I'm noticing is that when I first begin the movement, it's like I don't have a clue what it means. And then slowly as I start to do it, and I start to notice, oh, it's a circle rather than just a general kind of mooching, that I start to map more into, I can feel the femoral head, I can feel the crest of the sacrum, I can feel the outer edge of the pelvis. It's like, wow, so much information. And then roll in a tiny circle on the left buttock in the other direction. Figure four mooch, no. Figure four circle, maybe just the figure four circle. The wonky figure four. A wonky figure four circles might work. Nice. Pause. Just feel the effort in that left leg. Bring your foot to the floor, other side. So bring your left foot up and rest on top of your right knee. And if you're not lifting your foot off the floor, you could just rock left and right. Just feel the back of your buttock as we do this. Or lift your foot off the floor, rock to the left for just a moment. And then rock to the right. And when you land on the right buttock, then draw a circle. And if you're not lifting your foot off the floor, then just like find your right buttock on the floor. How would you connect into it? Maybe rock, tilt. You discover, how would I find a clear circle with my hip on the floor? So I have to slow down, because if I don't go slowly, then I tend to be just like pushing sideways. Whereas when I slow down, it starts to be an actual circle. And then circle in the other direction. The figure four wonky circle. Yeah, I think that kind of works for me. Paula, if you come up with a better name, tell me. Or K, you come up with pretty good names. Nice. Pause, feel the effort in that right leg. Lower your foot to the floor. Lower your foot to the floor. Pause. Yeah, the back of my hips, the back of my buttocks feel very alive there in relationship to the floor. Nice. So reach your arms up towards the ceiling. So I'm going to go sideways for this one so you can see it. So reach your arms up towards the ceiling and then wrap your right arm in front of the left and hold on to your shoulder blades, but not too far down and under because we're going to start moving. Be so that you're at the side of your arms and your fingers are at the sides of you rather than the back of you. And then lift your right shoulder off the floor and then drop it down. And so another way of saying that is point your elbows towards the left a little bit more and then drop it down. Because everything is connected, because we've crossed our arms, then there's this sense of things rolling and moving. And when I notice my left shoulder on the floor, how soft could I roll across it? Or how smooth can I let that experience be of rolling onto the left shoulder on the floor? Can I roll? Your feet are flat, you're not moving your hips. But I'm lifting my right shoulder off the floor. Nice. Cross your arms in the other direction. Left arm in front of the right. And now lift the left shoulder off the floor. Is there a difference? Wow, such a difference. So point your elbows towards the right or lift the left shoulder off the floor or roll across the right shoulder blade or try and bring weight to the outside of your right shoulder. These are all instructions that will get you more or less to the same place. Transfer all your weight into the right shoulder. So for me, this shoulder doesn't really understand smoothness. So I'm going to slow down. So I'm educating the shoulder in smoothness. So anytime I find something that's a bit confusing for my body, it's an incredibly rich place because that means that I found the place that isn't moving in my range. So whenever you find something that goes, oh, I'm struggling, go, great. Wow, I found you, and now we can have a conversation really gently, really steadily. I'm seeing how would I move this shoulder really softly. Wow, great. Bring your arms wide, pause. Super. So reach both arms up towards the ceiling. We're going to do the zombie twist. So drop your knees to the right. Come back up to center and then drop your knees to the left. And notice how ever so slightly, even here with our feet on the floor, our arms are changing. There's a change in the pull of my arms. So when my knees go right, my left arm seems to engage more. And my knees go left, my right arm is doing something. I feel like I kind of reach or anchor a bit more into the knee I'm moving away from, or the arm I'm moving away from. Nice. So lift your feet off the floor and begin to rock your knees from side to side. And you begin to notice that that feeling of the opposite arm engaging will start to increase more and more. And so I want you to travel until one shoulder has floated and the other shoulder is like really strongly managing the balance. And my left shoulder here is off the floor completely. And then come back. And then find the balance to the other side where one shoulder is off the floor and the other side is like compressed and your knees are floating. And then just travel. Find that place of balance, dynamic balance. And I'm reaching into my fingertips to support the weight of my legs in the opposite direction. How do I do this? How do I travel? And if you fall, you don't have far to go. One more time each side. So this ability to return from a place of falling, I think is really important for us. Like if you're not practicing the comeback from falling, then how do you not fall in your day? Oh, okay, stop. Whew. Pause. Nice. So come all the way up, sorry, onto your hands and knees. Super. And then just do the shoulder shrug. So squeeze your shoulders backwards, push your shoulders forwards. Shoulders backwards, shoulders forwards. And as you do this, notice the way your shoulder blades are gliding on your ribs. And the front of your shoulders, that kind of front of armpit area, pectoral muscles, pectoralis major and minor, pec major, pec minor, are moving. Nice. Bring your right elbow down to the floor. And how would you do a shoulder shrug with your right elbow on the floor? So it's like, how would I go forward and backwards here? So there's a moment where, yeah, it's kind of, I feel wonky, but it's really interesting to try and move in a wonky place. Story of my life. How do you move from a wonky place? Try the other side. Left elbow down, right hand on the floor, shoulder shrug here. So interesting. Nice. So both elbows to the floor. Shoulder shrug with both elbows on the floor. Very nice. Nice. And then draw a circle with your shoulders. And go slowly. So you meet the places that don't really know what to do. They're the interesting places. Ability is amazing, but non-ability or disability is an incredibly rich place to learn how to increase wellness or manage your wellness roll in the other direction. So leaning into that which is not so clear. Roll your shoulders. Cool. So keep your elbows on the floor. Lift your knees off the floor. So they can just hover off the floor, or you can begin to straighten your legs if you wish. So if they're just hovering, pause there. If you're straightening, pause there. So it's like a downward dog, but your elbows are on the floor. It's called dolphin. Not sure why. Dolphin. Yeah, I have no understanding why that would be called dolphin. Nice. Elbows to the floor, knees to the floor. Sit your bum back. Pause. Nice. This time, hands to the floor. Lift your knees off the floor. Okay. So you can either have your toes tucked under as you lift your knees, or you can have your toes flat as you lift your knees. Pause. Nice. Drop your knees down, arch your back, round your back, lift your knees. Drop your knees, arch your back, round your back, lift your knees. Wow, what a beautiful morning. As I look out, there's a tree in front of me that's going really red. Lift your knees, drop your knees, arch your back into the cat. And there's this mist. Lift your knees, drop your knees. So beautiful. Lift your knees, drop your knees, arch your back. One more time. Lift your knees, pause, breathe. Nice. Drop your knees, sit your bum on the floor. Legs are long in front of you. Roll into your wrists, big circles. My toes are helping me, which is very kind of them. Thanks. And then roll in the other direction. Roll your shoulders, big circles. And then in the other direction. Nice. Bring both hands to the floor beside you. Bring your nose down to the floor. Change sides, both hands to the other side. Nose to the floor. Change. Change. Super. Twist towards one side, lengthen. Stretching into your feet, get taller. And change to the other side, lengthen. Nice. Come lie on the floor. Come rest all the way down. Bring your head to the floor, knees are bent or legs are straight. And just check in, feel. Feel your shoulders. We did a lot of shoulder work there. Feel your hands. We were resting into our hands. Feel your spine, hips. Nice, very nice class. Thank you so much. And I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is the second last day of dynamic balance. Dun, dun, dun. So, so I'll see you all tomorrow, dynamically balancing ourselves. Ciao, Sloan.